Hi, welcome back to Love of Writing. I am April Love, and I want to talk a little bit about characters. And there's so many, I'm going to talk more about characters in other regards, but this time we're going to talk about kind of maybe limiting your numbers of characters, particularly if you have a short story. You don't want to have a whole bunch of characters. You don't want 6, 8, 10 characters in something that's 1,000 words, 2,000 words. That's so many characters, not only for you as the writer to keep track of, but think about the reader. How super confusing to have all those characters in a very short span of time. Now, in a novel, where you have a lot more real estate, you can add in more characters because you have the time to develop those characters, develop their distinct personalities, and help the reader distinguish between X, Y, Z, and all the way to all the alphabet full of characters, versus in a short story, you just don't have the space and time to develop the characters. So it can really confuse the reader when you have too many characters. It's always a good idea to read your story and see if there's a character or a plot line or something that doesn't really add to your vision for the story. Cut them. Cut that character. You can mention someone who does maybe a minor character or interacts with even a minor character, and you can see if you can just name that character kind of as just a title, like the shopkeeper or the whatever, versus a name which the reader would maybe have to kind of keep track of. But if you label them by their title or what they do, it's a lot more helpful for some of the minor characters that only make maybe 1 or 2 super brief appearances and aren't crucial to the main storyline. Also, another thing to keep track of with characters, especially with short stories, is try not to have characters with super similar names. Again, in a novel, you have the real estate to have maybe twins, Sal and Sam, extremely similar names, but you have the time to develop their characters. Even then, I wouldn't personally do those names. I might call them Samantha and Salvatore, use their full name from time to time to help the characters, or to help the reader distinguish between these characters. But particularly in a short story, I don't even like to do names that are super similar. Even similar in syllables, like Martin, Marcus, very similar, so just watch that as something, because I've read so many stories and I've been like, wait, which character is this? It's easy for your reader to get a little bit lost because the characters' names sound too similar. You have every name in the world to use, so try to use names that help define your characters, and obviously their personalities will do that as well. But a name can be so cool and interesting and different, and help you as a writer define them for your reader without getting confused. So try to pick names that are a little different, just to help your reader along, particularly in short stories.